You thought it was over.
Never that.
You thought it was done. You didn't
Never
realize
that.
we have nothing else better to do with our lives.
Than to watch movies and shows and talk about them.
That's right. Welcome. Welcome to another Geek Culture Congress podcast. I am Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, one of your hosts, accompanied by my good friend, Mr. Tarek Lewis and Mr. Rich Ortiz.
Damn,
Joey Franchise will be joining us much later. Yeah.
Which one of us is the friend? You said one of my friends.
All of them. All my friends are all
Yeah,
my
that's
friends.
interesting phrasing. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
I'm being so jealous. Oh my God. Joey, help me. They're all jealous at me. They're all
He said,
hating.
he said I'm on with one of my friends, and then
Yeah.
he said Tarek.
One of my friends.
like, damn.
They're all my friends. They're using my words against me, Joey. Help me out. Joey Franchise, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
What's happening?
What's up? We just here. We're here for 2025, baby. The first show. Official
That's
show.
225.
2025. I make sure, please, you put down your points, okay? You're supposed to receive 3 points for hour-long content. Yeah, please. Make sure you report to the Beasley Media Group authorities. This
is a potential 4-point play, bro. Like
it is,
we prepped. Hold on.
We only get 3.
Hold on.
We only get 3 because it's more than 1 minute.
I'm throwing the red flag challenge right now, bro. We prepped. We wrote a script. We wrote a script.
I wrote actually a script. I prepped the script. You were in the
office. I was in the office when you did it. So that's a point. Okay. We did the script.
I texted I was texting you about the script, so that's a point.
We're live on stream. All right. So this is streaming live content.
Yeah.
This is going to be later posted on the interweb.
That's right. Audio.
Yeah. Reels.
That's at least 5 points.
Reels will be created. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Clips will be created. And what else is there? I think that's it. I think that's it.
I'm just concerned.
It could be like a 10-point thing.
Too.
Tarek has no idea what we're talking about. Tarek. So they have at work. They have this new
point system
for reaching our bonus. 25% of our bonuses as on-air talent will be according to what kind of content we put up on social media via Instagram, YouTube, podcasting, whatever. And they have a point system for the different things that we do. Yeah. So
well, that solves the issue for me. I can be contracted out to make up posts for everybody.
Yeah, they
hey, we might have to talk over here.
I mean, freelancing.
I'm gonna have to edit that part out on the show. Oh, welcome everybody. Welcome. Yes. Let's talk about our nerdy stuff. Comic book, sci-fi, anime, video game, pop culture is what we talk here at Geek Culture Congress podcast. And let's just get right into it, man.
I just want to say I hope that Joey wearing the Dolphins hat is not indicated that he's going to be like Tyreek Hill and say like, "Hey, I just got to move on. I'm done here."
He said, "I'm out."
Is it out?
I got to do what's best for my family.
Tyreek energy.
Yeah.
Be warned.
So let's get into it.
Man. Dune Prophecy, the finale hit. I know Dune is not an easy sci-fi product to get into, Tarek.
No, I'm not. It's not my thing. I've done the movies. I haven't really dove into the show. I've been meaning to binge watch it. I've been waiting for the season to be over so I could just because if I have to wait week by week, especially since I'm not a huge Dune fan,
right?
I be like I tune out. So I got to wait for the whole thing to drop and I'll just binge watch it.
Yeah, copy. I enjoyed Dune for the most part. I especially enjoy all the David Villeneuve, the new movies and stuff like that. And the show, I enjoyed it for the most part, but I always feel like watching the show, I didn't know what the heck was going on. Like I need to know more about the lore and appreciate the Easter eggs or whatever I was getting, and I'm not. Do you think that's a hindrance or a plus to the show, Tarek Lewis?
I think it's a plus. Because you don't have to know. Right. It's 10,000 years before. So
yeah, it's like way.
If you just
this is
enjoy
new. This is
sci-fi,
uncharted territory, really.
Right.
yeah.
And
I mean, playing the romantic beats in there. You setting the tone, Speedy?
I don't know. I'm doing this AI.
I thought that was me. I was like, yo,
turn off the lights.
I was like, damn, they got my moist playlist.
This is AI generated hip hop playlist.
My man playing his
like,
moist.
okay, let me play this
the moist playlist.
Music. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's trying to get his Valentine's Day playlist already.
He forgot him and he forgot he left him and Wifey's playlist. You know what I mean? Up on the laptop.
No,
should we freestyle how we feel about the show? I don't know how I feel about Dune, but I'm gonna watch it real soon. I was lost after the first episode. The second one after they killed, so I was like, no. I can't do it.
Okay.
Stick to the karaoke, man.
No, I have parts.
You do good. You do good singing other people's songs.
So, bro, that was off the top of the dome. I don't care what y'all say.
I respect it, Rich.
The only exposure besides the Dune movie, the '80s movie, and the recent movies was the Sega Genesis video game. And nobody remembers.
Oh wow! I really don't remember that.
Yeah,
I really don't remember
like Command
that.
and Conquer, but playing with the Sega controller was like very hard.
Yeah, I didn't.
You tried to give a reference of another game I never heard
of. Which was that?
You said it's like what and Conquer?
Command and Conquer.
I don't know what is that.
Command, you know, our real-time strategy. You click on the soldiers and you move them there, send them to go collect and build your soldiers and
Speedy, you're
like Warcraft.
You're aging yourself.
I am. I know. I'm trying to find something to remember. Like War of Clans. I don't know. What else? What else is like that? Joey, help me. Recent. Like Warhammer.
I don't watch Warhammer.
No, I'm talking about video game. Like our game that you click on the guys and you send them to go kill the people. Clash of Clans. Yeah, Clash of Clans.
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail. Yeah. Anyways,
so for Dune, for me, I'm gonna be honest. The first episode, it was all right. It didn't really hook me that well. The only thing that did hook me was the end of the first episode, which is when he, poisons the kid or poisons the bunch of people at the party or whatever. But then after that, I was waiting for everything in the second episode, and I realized the show was going to be a slow roast. So I'm kind of I waited for this week, which was the last episode that was coming on, and I'm going to watch it all together. Again, like what you guys were saying before, you don't really have to watch, like Joey didn't really watch Dune. I'm a huge fan of Dune. Loved what Timmy Chalamet did and everybody did it, Zendaya and everybody in those movies. And I think the hype from those movies wanted everybody to make this show good. And I'm not saying it's bad, but it was a slow roast for me. So I didn't watch all the episodes yet. I'm going to binge watch it this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say watch it in threes.
Really?
Like 3 episodes, stop, watch another 3. I don't know how many episodes it is total, but it's definitely not a thing of like, all this lore and all this stuff we like. Dune's had a lot of bad projects.
Yeah, the sci-fi show was hard to watch. Yeah. There was a sci-fi show. Remember that one?
Yeah, the sci-fi joint.
Yeah. No.
The sci-fi channel show.
Yeah. It's like a 7,000 page book from what I understand. I don't know how long the book is.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can go in blind and just get into the lore. That's what's good about Prophecy. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. HBO, it just seems hard. I don't know what they're doing.
They're hitting, bro.
How they're doing it, but they're not missing.
Bro. Yeah,
they're not missing. Oh. They need to get some of these HBO people into the room with the DC people. We'll see how that plays. I'm sure we might talk about that, but the HBO shows aren't missing. House of the Dragon, after Game of Thrones ended, slow or low on a low point, they nailed House of the Dragon. They're nailing with Dune. Creature Commandos, which I'm sure we'll talk about, is popping. Penguin just won Colin Farrell just won the Golden Globe.
With the Golden Globe, yeah.
So So
That's huge.
invest in the HBO shows.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to like all the DC stuff now because of all this good product that HBO's putting out.
Yeah.
It also leaves some interest. Like this is 10,000, or what is it, 10,000 years in the past
Yeah.
for the recent
Before Paul
Dune,
Atreides.
Paul Atreides and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And there's a lot of interesting things like how much mixing of the bloods and the families has been going on in a very a Game of Thrones kind of way. I don't know, and the whole backstory of what the human race survived that war against the machines that they had. That wasn't a backstory I even knew that existed in Dune.
Yeah. Never heard that one before.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting take, even if it was just made up for the show. I thought it's all compelling to me. It was all very compelling.
I wonder if that's part of the lore.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
even know if that's part of the lore. They just made it up for the show.
I think the sons of the original, if I remember correctly, reading an article, and I could be wrong, could be hearsay, but I guess the sons also wrote some novels, some Dune novels. And some of that is based on what the sons wrote. Sons of the original creator.
I never read the books, but is Prophecy a standalone by itself, or is that one of the books that was written?
I think it's a standalone. I think it's something that HBO.
This is something that HBO is doing brand new.
Yeah.
All right. So like, dude, the fact that they're doing that, I love it. And I mean, again, I'm just gonna ask you guys questions for the ones that watch it. Does it tie in to the Paul Atreides story, to the whole
Not
Prophecy?
really,
It's
kinda,
called Prophecy, so
sorta.
you gotta talk about Asina Gaid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're kind of talking about like what they're working on, like mixing the bloods and making the perfect kings,
Mhm.
and it kind of does have to do with what's happening with Paul Atreides 10,000 years in the future. The same concepts they're still kind of loosely working on at the same time. But other than that, directly, no, it's just too far away.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't have to have watched the other Dune ones to know to get into Dune Prophecy, and that's what I think is good, because Dune is a hard sell. I like the show, I like the movies, the most recent ones, and the show, but it's a hard sell. Like, how do you explain it?
Yeah. There's
Like,
an
yeah,
entire galaxy, and like they show kind of how big it is with everything going on. But I mean, I could get into the lore of it, like with the movies. Like I know what the end result is as far as where the movie goes, which makes me more interested to see like how they got there with this show. But man, I gotta say, man, those first 3 episodes, they didn't catch me. They didn't catch me.
It's a slow burn show, definitely. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
And I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like, I was waiting for the finale so that I could binge watch it, so I don't have to wait every week and be pissed off at the fact that I didn't get anything in an episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a cliffhanger. It's not a cliffhanger thing where like each episode you're like, oh, I want to see what happens next. It's more of a like, oh, where are they going with this type show? You know what I mean?
Got you. Not like Squid Games, dog. Not like Squid Games. That first episode caught me.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about Squid Games? Joey, you seen Squid Games season 2?
Not yet. I have been playing it heavy though on Call of Duty though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I haven't had time to call it to COD yet. So, Rich, tell me.
So like with Squid
Tell us about
Games, I don't know if you guys had the same anticipation that I had for Squid Games, but after Squid Game season 1, you could have really ended the show right there and been totally fine with it. Dude.
Right.
Season 1 was so good. And the best part about season 1 was going into it, you really didn't know what to expect from the show unless somebody told you what was going on. So the first season, amazing, masterpiece, loved it. So going into second season, like where I have the show and like my expectations of everything was very high. And gotta be honest, a lot of people, because I didn't watch it first day, A lot of people were turning me off. They were like, it's trash. It wasn't as good as the first one. That's what I heard the most. Not that it was trash, but that it wasn't as good as the first one. So I had already like went in like thinking kind of badly about it because everybody's like, it's not as good. But I gotta say, man, after watching it, the first episode, poetry, man. Like, I'm not gonna say who's watched it.
I'm halfway in through the first episode,
yourself, bro.
Somebody in the comments,
dog. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a live show, so if you comment and be a part of the conversation in the live show,
so
we'll talk about it.
In the first episode, like, Song Hee, they go into 2 years after the last scene, which was him at the airport about to leave, and somebody calls him, and he ends up turning around.
Right.
So it's 2 years later. And you don't really know what everybody's been up to. You end up also finding out, like, the cop that was in the first season is alive. And for those that saw season 1, his story arc is real crazy. His brother is actually the guy behind the black mask. And you thought that he died. And he actually ends up being alive. And then you see Song Hee, and you think that he's all disheveled and like he has nothing going on, and you come to find out, not even in episode 1, in episode 2, like episode 1, there's a really good dialogue between the guy that put him into the game and him, and at the end, and I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but they play a game, and then
let's play a game.
Yeah, and then he's set up to get right back into the game, and he gets an invitation. Second episode, you find out for those 2 years, he's been not only been using the money to do his research on the masters and the company and the games and all that stuff, and he's been searching for these people, but my man's been stacking up with guns, all that, and he's been getting prepared, and he actually turns out to be a badass in season 2. Season 1, you see him kind of grow, but in season 2, he's like got there, and like one thing he says in the first episode, he's like, I want to thank he's like telling the guy, I want to thank the people that made the games because they made me who I am today. And like you think like he's kind of being sarcastic, but you kind of see throughout the show, like kind of like poetically, they show you like this guy has actually grown from the last season, and you see where he's got to. And dude, it's good, man. And like, it's hard to, I don't want to give the spoilers out, man, but the show actually was really good, and I got really into it, man. Like, Squid Games again, like high expectations, and I gotta say, man, for everybody that was saying that it wasn't as good as the first season, I thought it was good, man. I thought really good. Squid Games.
So is he going like full John Wick on this? Like, is he full like action star?
Dog. Like, not full on action star. It's more so in the fact that, like, bro, you saw like in the first season, he was kind of a little bitch. Like, like he was kind of a little, Second season, bro, my man like really became he's that dude, and like nothing phases him now. Like, he's kind of desensitized to everything now. Like death, he's seen death. He's killed a guy like to get through the games, and now you kind of see the evolution of him from the first season to the second season, and him now trying to stop the games. For him to stop the games, he had to join the game again, and he goes in there and he's helping everybody. You guys got to see it. It's real dope. Like, his story arc is crazy in the second season.
I'm definitely gonna peep it, just for the at the very minimum, the pop culture reasons, and it's one of those things I want to finish.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, this was probably one of the most anticipated, like, not just shows, but like things in a while. And the rollout was crazy. You got Squid Games on Call of Duty. You got people playing Squid Games on like Netflix, the way that they were promoting it and everything, dude. I gotta say, man, the show was good.
I just first learned about this Squid Games on Call of Duty tonight. Like, what is that about? Like, what's that? How's that working?
It's dope.
It's dope. So like
we were playing like a couple days ago.
Yeah, you play red light, green light.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's what's up.
What up, Des? So you play
What up,
red light,
Des?
green light. You could play like that in just the game, like a regular game of red light, green light. They have 3 rounds, play just like the show, same settings and everything. But then they have game modes in multiplayer, in Warzone, and in Zombies, where you could be in the middle of a game, and then they start playing red light, green light.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's other games too. There's Squid Games Mosh Pit, where you're playing different objective games, but then they give you different objectives during the game. Like, oh, you got to collect a golden gun. You got to do red light, green light. They do domination. They switch around the game in the middle of the game, so it's pretty fun.
That's
Yeah,
neat.
Yeah, it's cool.
but dude,
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna look at
rollout
it.
for it, crazy,
Really
and they got skins on it now. Like, hey
nice.
man, Squid Games was
I
doing their thing. Marketing department was doing their thing with Squid Games.
Netflix,
I believe
baby.
they've already greenlit season 3.
Yes. Actually, yeah, they accidentally put a teaser for season 3 out too. Like, now they had to kind of retract it, but they're saying that it's coming back out in 2025.
Damn. Okay.
Yep. That and the rumor, which is what the secret was, is that the release should be for June 27th. And that was leaked on Netflix Korea when they uploaded it accidentally.
Dang.
Yeah, it looks like the creator, Hwang Dong Hyuk. Okay.
Dog.
Damn, bro.
The one
You
captain
butchered
that-
you butchered that worse than Speedy
Well,
does
how
Kevin
is that?
Feige's name.
How's that supposed to be said? Hwang Hyuk? Yo, what is this name? This dude's name?
Just call him by his first name.
Hwang and them.
Yeah.
Huang and
Netflix
them.
checks. He'll be right.
Hwang and them. So after season 2 launches, I believe we'll be announcing the launch date for season 3 soon. Probably expect that to launch around summer or fall next year. That was from an interview with Variety.
Yeah. So yeah, Netflix Korea accidentally tweeted out that it was going to be released June 27, 2025.
Okay.
Okay. That's good though. It's not a long wait.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we got a couple of months. But again,
Um,
like, that season 3, I don't think it's going to be as anticipated as season 2 was. But hey, I enjoyed the show. That's my opinion, but I really do think there's a lot of little things and nuances of the show that a lot of people didn't really get that I want to say that I got, but there's probably things that I missed in it too. I got to give it a second go around too. That's how good it was. I got to give it a second go around, watching, knowing what's going.
Nice. Still waiting for ST5. Like, I don't know what that means.
What's ST5?
What's ST5 does? Gotta
Yeah,
tell
Yeah,
us.
what's SG5?
Stranger Things. Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Oh,
Things.
yeah.
Stranger Things 5.
Damn.
Stranger Things 5. It's coming.
We had a moment.
Coming. It's gonna be.
Yeah, we had a moment there.
I had to think about it too, dog. Hey.
He tested our
Talk about another
geekiness.
show that starts with an S. Skeleton Crew, guys. Actually, I know here in the show I told you guys it's very Goonies and very childlike, but like as the show has been progressing, right now it is episode 5 episodes now. I think today is the season finale, and man, like every time, like the last 2 episodes has been like the stakes have gotten higher. Like it was a little bit more serious. Like the kids realize like, oh snap, we're actually messed up. Like we can get killed out here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And
They're
like,
just now realizing that after this whole season.
it's more yeah, they're but they're 10-year-olds and they're kids. They're kids, but they're actually like the stakes are getting higher and it's getting a little bit more serious, and it's very interesting in the way it's presented, man, and really, really good. I really enjoy it. Looking forward to the season finale is today. It's actually it's up probably right now, 9 p.m. Yep. So I'll probably check that out before I head out to sleep today. So as you guys, I know a lot of you guys haven't checked into it. I say give it a shot, man. It's actually pretty fun. Jude Law is actually really, really good in it.
I'm gonna
Really,
Dune
really
Prophecy this one. I'm gonna wait for it to
binge
end.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Binge it all.
Because I definitely wasn't gonna be. I watched the first episode and I started the second, and I was like, I'm not on the edge of my seat for this.
Right. No, it doesn't start. It won't start you that way. Definitely, I could tell you that right now from the bat. But like episode 4 and 5, like I watched them back to back, and I was just like, oh wow, like it's really now it's really getting compelling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just seems like the Wonder Years in space.
It does starts like that. It starts like that, but then like it's the Wonder Years grown up, like at episode 4 and 5, like you know, And episode 1 did start very slow, and it's more fun, more kid friendly fun. Episode 1 then, and kind of introducing the characters and where they're at as far as I guess like their development, maybe. But definitely, definitely good, man. Like something that Star Wars needs, because I tell you what, talk about a brand that has brand damage is Star Wars, baby.
I was just about to say, man, I hate to say it, but I'm wary of the Star Wars universe. Like, they explored so much that's like, can we get a break? Like, can we get a break from this universe?
The elephant, Des, you're right. The little elephant alien is carrying
the show.
Yeah, he's funny. He's really funny.
Because we're getting what, a Grogu and Mandalorian movie.
The movie,
Mm-hmm.
And all this is the same. All these characters are living in the same timeline, same universe. So,
like I feel like Disney kind of did a disservice to themselves with with Deadpool and everything that got rated R, because now we're like, oh, Disney can curse, Disney can do all this stuff. So when they give us the kids stuff like Agatha or something like this with Star Wars Skeleton Crew, like I guess we kind of are a little snobs now too, because we want like the gritty, like dark stuff. And we got to remember that these are kid shows.
These episodes like really got dark for what they set the bar for, in the beginning. The evolution of the show has starting to get a little darker now, like there's one security guard like gets shot dead in the chest, like, Empire Strikes Back style, and you're like, oh snap, okay, this is what they were showing off screen deaths in the first episode. You know what I mean?
I don't know. They killed a bunch of pirates in the first episode.
But they were like off screen, or like murking people, shoot them in the head and stuff. And this was like,
but now they're getting gory with it.
Not necessarily gory. It's
gory,
Wars,
but
still,
like,
but a little bit more serious. They're taking like the kids are actually starting to take it serious. Like, oh snap, like we are not gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Well, which brings us back to your point. It's like, hey, now they're kind of realizing, like it started out maturing. Started out as a kids show. It started out as a kids show, and now it's kind of progressing to like hey, this could get dark.
Yeah, it's like a little bit more darker than what you've seen in Goonies. Right now, the level of right now.
Listen, I'll be honest. After the first 2 episodes, I was like, I want Anakin to come and kill the younglings at this point.
He's getting there. Jude Law is really doing a good job. I think you'll enjoy it, Tarek, if you binge it all. You were like, okay, you know what? That was a pretty decent show.
I am gonna binge it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So Jude Law is doing a great job.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and a lot of compelling stuff. Like he's got, we thought maybe it was a trick. His little force powers are a trick, but it seems like it's not. It seems like he's got a backstory. Maybe he survived Order 66 as a kid. And lived on the streets.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dad saying that Jude Law is doing a great job.
Yeah.
If anybody got anything to say, hey, give us your opinion in the comments, Doc.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for, the show.
You never know. You never know if Jude Law is watching.
Very
He's
true.
probably looking out like, I want to know how people feel about me.
What I really want you guys to tell me is how you feel about this Creature Commandos.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, and I haven't been a fan of like the cartoon stuff at all, man. But Creature Commandos is really winning me over. Just James Gunn does really good. I mean, I've said it before, like he kills it with ensemble cast and making not so familiar characters interesting to like me. Like I'm all in. Like I love the backstories on each episode. We got Dr. Phosphorus, who I didn't, I wasn't familiar with Dr. Phosphorus at all. But yeah, like I thought his episode was dope. They introduced Rupert Thorne, and his ties with Rupert Thorne, and that ties into the Batman, like mob, the mob ties of it all.
Yep.
And that rogue gallery. Yeah, it's winning me over, and they already they're greenlit for a season 2.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, and the season finale is tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday.
I think it's Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday. Yeah.
Go.
And I'm actually enjoying binging this. Like I took a break. Like 3 episodes came out.
Same. I did. I missed like 2 episodes, and I was like, bro, like give me more. I love it. 20 easy to watch too. 20 minutes episode, solid.
Listen, I wasn't very privy on the Creature Commandos, but it was all
the Suicide Squad with monsters.
With monsters, yeah.
No, I get that. But my point was, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't very interested till I saw the Shadow of the Batman.
I'm
gonna be honest.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, like
he's doing a good job.
Like you said, Gunn does do an amazing job at making those. Not everybody knows the core DC superheroes and stuff, but like the other characters, like nobody really cared about them until James Gunn started getting into those stories. And I do agree with Joy in that sense. I wasn't really into this show, and then I saw the Batman in it, and now I'm like, okay, now where does he tie in? Where does it go?
So we got that little cameo in the Creature Commandos, which is cool, and that leads to speculation about who Gunn is gonna make his Batman in this new DCU.
He was a built up Batman. It kind of has the same physique as Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
Which got a lot of people on the internet speculating. Oh boy, who was in Teen Titans. He's also in the Reacher show on Prime. I forget his name.
Yeah.
But I think he'd be a pretty dope Batman.
About Thad?
Who?
Talk about Thad, like the guy from Reacher, the big.
Yeah, the guy that plays.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thad from Blue Man. He was Thad in Blue Mountain.
Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
He
was Hawkman in the teen show.
Yeah, he's getting fan casted a lot on the internet.
He was Hawk from Hawk and Dove.
Yeah, Hawk and Dove. Sorry, not Hawkman. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
But
he's getting fan casted heavy.
He's like his very early work is Thad from Blue Mountain State.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was on Blue Mountain State. Yeah, that's wild.
Dude,
man, put it together.
Man's been working out.
Yeah.
Yo, he played. I'm on his IMDb. He played Raphael in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he did. In the Michael Bay one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was in the Hunger Games. So he's in the Hunger Games. He's just now getting his shine.
No, he was just in that movie with Henry Cavill that ended up getting a bunch of awards. He's been doing his thing lately, dude. But I'm a huge fan of his in Reacher. I heard
Reacher's good.
He does an amazing job in Reacher. And also that's kind of where he got his respect as a action star, if you will, because he's been getting into a lot of stuff and being casted in a lot of stuff ever since Reacher. So, hey man, good for him.
Not a deep cut, and we should know this, but probably over our heads. He was Aquaman on Smallville.
He was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually do remember that.
Wow.
Too. Aquaman on Smallville.
Yeah, he's very well versed in the DC world.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But I mean, I'm all for it, but I was just watching something earlier. Shout out to Emergency Awesome. He was actually talking about this in a recent episode of his that I don't think Warner really wants to confuse fans by having multiple Batmans going on with the Batman 2, which is now delayed to 27, and which got a lot of people speculating that they're waiting for Superman to cook and all the other stuff around the DCU and see how Batman fits in it. But I think he made a good point of talking about like how the studio just doesn't want to cast 2 Batmans and confuse, fans and moviegoers.
I don't believe James Gunn when he says Robert Pattinson's Batman is not in the same universe. I don't think he knows.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah, I don't think he knows yet. I think he wants to wait and see because we never got like a year. They never like in that Batman movie. I don't think they say, "Oh, it's this year," or it's They never give us a time frame.
You just know that it's Halloween.
They try to keep it mysterious.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know.
And even in Creature Commandos, I think he has the dark gray and blue
with the trunks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. James Gunn got a thing for the trunks, man.
Yeah, he does.
The outside trunks.
Well,
he
no,
wants the outside
his
trunks,
universe is kind of it has a different aesthetic. It's like a very retro, futuristic DC universe. Like
yeah.
Normal.
And the Batman doesn't
looking
really.
At the Superman trailer anyway. Yeah.
And Matt Reeves' Batman doesn't really. It doesn't fit the aesthetic that we're seeing with Superman, and even though it's a cartoon with Creature Commandos, it's just going to be interesting to see how that aesthetic fits. Because, I mean, Robert Pattinson's Batman is like a modernized Batman.
Yeah,
you could tell the suit was built. Like he's got freaking Doc Martens on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like how it look in the comics, but but Superman looks cut out from the comics. And the way everything's coming out of that movie from that trailer, like I'm just trying to understand like how it interweaves with the Gotham that Matt Reeves created, and even like with the Penguin show.
It's crazy because I remember, and I don't know if you guys remember this. I remember when Ben Affleck Batman came out, people were hating on him.
They were,
and now that they're switching from him, people are starting to realize they had it good. They had it good.
Never satisfied.
Never.
Yeah. It don't matter. It don't matter the brand.
Because you know what happened? They saw that they could have George Clooney Batman, and then now they're like, you know what? We were okay with Ben. We were all right.
Yeah. What I don't understand is like, I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, the Ben Affleck Batman was dope, and I don't understand how Robert Pattinson with the Brave and the Bold, already being written, like he don't look like he's. He don't look like a dad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they pushed it back to 27 so they could age him up a little bit more, so that way it's believable that Robert Pattinson can have a kid in the DCU as his Batman. But like, maybe. I felt like that Ben Affleck, that age that Zack Snyder created, his Batman in his DCEU. I felt like that's perfect for Brave and the Bold. Like I would have loved for Ben Affleck to have a story where it was where Damian Wayne and it was a kid that he had with Talia al Ghul. Like I would have loved to see that story. I thought Ben Affleck would have killed it in that role because I didn't think he was a bad Batman. He was even like a decent Bruce Wayne too.
Yeah,
he was good.
He's an old drunk ass Bruce Wayne. That's all I
like.
An older, bitter Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but the problem with Ben Affleck's Batman is that we didn't get a lot of action with him, and I feel like
that scene is still embedded in my head from Batman v Superman. Probably the best thing to come out of that movie was that fight scene.
So that everybody was hating on Ben. Then we saw that scene, and we were like, "Hold up, Ben could possibly be a good Batman." And then after that, we didn't get anything else, and now people are kind of like, "Damn, we didn't even get a chance."
You got a whole battle
like honestly,
with Superman in the suit, bro.
I don't think he honestly got a chance to even be Batman. To be real with you, other than like,
in the Flash.
Well, he was supposed to write He has
in the Flash.
He has some decent action in Flash. Yeah.
That was his flowers. That was his final.
Yeah, that was the very first scene. I think he was in there.
Yeah, that was an opening scene. But you gotta understand, I'm mad that this never came to fruition. But Ben Affleck was supposed, after Batman v Superman, he was gonna write, or he was in the process of writing a Batman movie and directing it, and it was gonna be based off of the Arkham game, the first one. I don't know if you ever played the first Arkham game, but Batman's like Joker. He brings in Joker to Arkham. Yeah. Joker finesses his way to like get out, but takes over Arkham, and Batman's just like in a prison. He's in Arkham Asylum, locked in. And he's going through his entire rogues gallery, and he's like trying to fight his way to the top to take down Joker.
Yeah,
I thought that would have been an awesome movie.
Matt Reeves was originally attached since the beginning too, right?
I'm not probably. I think so. I think he was on as like a producer or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, I'm mad that never got made because they were like breaking down the early like ideas of it, and it was going to be based off of the Batman Arkham game.
I'm going to attempt to Joey franchise this thing. Joey does a great job of like pontificating on what a good plot line would be.
Yeah.
So we're getting this Superman movie. Imagine like we have all these other heroes in the Superman movie. Imagine they view Batman as a criminal. Like he accidentally hurt someone or killed someone, or they view him as a criminal, and it's like we got to go get Batman, and he's he's taking out Mr. Terrific and going up against the Lanterns, and it comes down to him versus, and they kind of recruit him, realizing he's being framed. I don't know, it's just a thought.
Ooh.
To bring that dark world, because Gotham is the hood of. Gotham is no offense to LA peeps, but Gotham is Compton. Gotham is the Compton of the DC universe. Like it's never portrayed as like a happy place.
Nah, it's
like,
rough. It's always been rough.
From like the back cover of an NWA CD is what Gotham is portrayed as. So imagine like Metropolis and all these other places, Central City.
Metropolis is like Manhattan, where Gotham is like the Bronx.
Yeah,
like,
right outside.
And I lived in New York, so I can say that.
Yeah, right outside the stadium. Yeah. So, that would be an interesting display, but I think it's going to be risky to not have Robert Pattinson as Batman. In upcoming James Gunn films, I think it's going to be a little risky.
Well, that's the best part about Batman.
And
anybody
and the tone, and the tone of these Batman movies, it's more of like it's a crime saga. You know what I mean? Whereas James Gunn stuff is more comic booky, alien, extraterrestrials. You know what I mean? Brainiac.
For me, with the DC. If James Gunn has made it a point that he's starting over, he's gonna make it his own. I think if you're gonna do that, man, and this is gonna be a hot take, I think you get rid of Robert Pattinson Batman and you just start off from scratch.
I think you should start fresh. Yeah,
start fresh, get a new Batman. Like, I don't get me wrong, I thought that Batman movie was decent, but again, if you're gonna start over. And you're really gonna start over, like you gotta get rid of everybody. And dude, I know Jason Momoa is the only person that has stuck around since the Justice League movie, and he's probably gonna be the only one. But
probably.
Well, he's Lobo now, so he's gonna be in Supergirl next year.
Exactly. Is that kind of telling us that they're really starting over and they're just gonna start over? Yeah, like because if Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo, then who's going to be Aquaman?
I forgot. James Gunn has already come forward to say like what's canon. So Peacemaker is going to be canon.
The Suicide Squad.
The one that he directed, is going to be canon, and Creature Commandos, all canon to DCU, and. Yeah, like it's crazy because it's like, Peacemaker, we saw Jason Momoa's Aquaman, we saw Ezra Miller's Flash. They're not coming back. But the funny thing he's gonna do with Peacemaker is he's gonna poke fun at the fact that these guys have changed. Gotcha. So it's like a retool kind of reboot. So he's just retooling. He's taking some of the same things that worked, like Viola Davis as Waller, like stuff like that, and just kind of retooling it in a way that he could just kind of switch up the characters and create this new world.
But they're doing the Batman too. That's weird to do.
But it exists in an Elseworld. He explained that it's an Elseworld movie. But what I'm saying and another thing that could be possible that I saw Emergency Awesome talk about is the fact that, what if they just want to do Batman 2 and then that's it? And then James Gunn brings him into his world and creates this other, this new Batman, but it's still Robert Pattinson.
The thing is, though, it's like, you know what? Now that I say that about the whole Robert Pattinson thing, I didn't even take into account the whole Penguin thing, and that they're making a new season of Penguin as well. So you kind of have to bring in Robert Pattinson to finish out that story. But one thing that I just really thought about is like, what if James Gunn is doing the opposite of what the Marvel universe is doing? Where, Marvel universe, they have it in the, what is it, the 616 universe? Everything's in the 616. We know is in the 616, and now they're kind of going into the another dimension, with the whole Miss Marvel, at the end of that and everything, and how they're in another dimension, the whole thing. But what if the DCU is just saying like, hey, all of our stories are going to be different universes? Like, it doesn't have to be one Batman. It could be multiple Batmans and multiple stories, and none of them have to really go into each other's story. They could be their own and be, because Flash goes into the multiverse as well. So they could just say, oh no, this is a totally different universe. This is a different story.
I mean, you can also rewrite, you could also see what went down in Flash and the fact that, we saw George Clooney at the end.
We saw Michael Keaton. We saw George Clooney. We saw 3 different Batmans in that one.
Right. So my thing is, what if he's going to use that? I mean, that's another way to kind of, it's one of those things where it's like, it seems like a plot hole, but, we're just going to say that, okay, Flash just messed up the universe and then this is why it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of going to be one of those circumstances.
To make it like, you know what? Then as bad as everybody makes Flash out to be, then it makes Flash kind of necessary for the DCU, because then it could be like, oh snap, there are multiverses. This is a different way of thinking about it, and all the stories. And then that way, none of the stories have to be thrown out. All of the stories are just their own separate universes, and they could all at one point just make one huge movie with all of them.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen in Superman movie per se. That could be. We know we have the villains kind of sort of, but that could be a multi-universal. We know we're going to get some kaijus. So where are they coming from?
Ultraman.
Yeah, and we know there's already heroes that have existed. Like it may start off with.
You know what I think? I think that
a multi-universal event.
I think that kaiju and Superman might be metamorpho out of control.
Ooh.
Oh.
You got one there, Speedy. That's a good one. It's been a couple years since you had a good one. That's a good one, Speedy.
That might be the
write it down. Write it down. Metamorpho.
A little ankle break, that James Gunn's doing to everybody there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, dude. Like, we'll see what happens. The whole thing about the DCU right now is that we don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like it kind of gives the mystique to the whole franchise, because we really don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, we know what's going on with Marvel, baby. Or at least we think we know, right?
What if? What if?
Yeah. What if?
What if?
Look at this though. Look at this.
Oh, we got the leader.
Look at this. Look at the leader, man. First look.
There's another one that's going around where it's actual artwork, like a fan, like not fan art. Yeah, it's just like an artwork of it.
I think that's it. This is like the artwork.
No, there's another one where like you see him full body and everything. Big ass head too.
I couldn't find that one.
So am I hearing that there were reshoots again?
They have to make sure. Yeah, they have to make sure that this movie's out, like hit out the park. Like they can't afford another bomb at all. Like,
Black History Month can't afford this movie to fail.
Yeah, man. You got Captain America coming out, Black History Month, bro. Like, you brick that? Oh, man. It's going to be some nasty work in the streets.
Yeah.
Look, I found another one. Let's see. Sorry for audio people.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
And he's the one that's making the phone call in the trailer. That's kind of like, oh yeah, if you want more info, come over here.
Yeah,
isn't it weird to go back so far? I like that they're doing it. That's going back really far in the Marvel. That's the
beginning. Going back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
I hope everybody gets the reference. I'm sure the Sweaties will, but I hope everybody gets the reference.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody likes the movie because dang, they probably spent.
I hope that this movie's really good. There's a lot of cool elements to it.
Yeah.
You're introducing adamantium. You're finally showing the aftermath of Eternals.
Yeah.
So you're bringing back, you know, the second movie in the MCU to ever come out. Like, you're bringing all these little intangibles to the table, and the story seems pretty solid. Very espionage, very Captain America. You know, and I think you're introducing Serpent Society.
Yeah.
Like, you got all these little things that are like, yo, like, this movie can't break. And then you got Red Hulk, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And I was kind of like analyzing some stills from some of the battle scenes that I've seen with Captain America flying around, and he's definitely flying around what it looks like to me as the Centurion that you see in the internal.
yeah, that's what we was talking about. It's the Tiamat. It's Tiamat coming out the ocean.
Mhm.
Tiamat has adamantium. So the Tiamat after after they stopped him, whatever she used to like freeze Tiamat, or her power to freeze Tiamat, that's what created, or his celestial body's made out of adamantium. That's what everybody's after in the beginning of Captain America: Brave New World.
Crazy. I'm looking forward to it, man. Let's see what happens when that movie comes out. This is one of the rumors that hit the interwebs recently. John
Nice.
Bernthal's Punisher rumored to get his own series on Disney Plus, and it's going to be a continuation of Daredevil Born Again, allegedly. Damn, we haven't even got a trailer. Did we get a trailer for Daredevil Born Again?
We did. We did.
A teaser?
Yeah. We got a trailer.
But, dude, I hope, if this is true, I'm happy about it, but only if they keep the same energy that Punisher had when it was on Netflix. Because that one was very dark. They were cussing up a storm. And, dude, John was killing it as the Punisher.
He was.
And I just hope that Disney doesn't hold back from this. You know, Daredevil's a little bit different. It's not as dark, but Daredevil was really good too, uncensored.
Dark comedy.
Punisher, dude. If it's the same way that the show was, and as dark as it was, gory and rough as it was, then I think this is a huge news. But if they're gonna Disneyfy the Punisher, dog, don't do it.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Echo. It wasn't bad. It was just not a popular character.
Not a popular character.
They didn't land that ending very well. I thought it was very definitely felt rushed. And weird.
But I think we got like a really, really good Kingpin.
We did.
Throughout Echo,
D'Onofrio,
Daredevil, and even on Hawkeye. We got a really, really good Kingpin.
Yeah, D'Onofrio does a really good job.
Yeah. So we gotta we gotta honor that with those casting things. You know what? We got a lot of Loki stuff because Tom Hiddleston was so good as Loki. But Vincent D'Onofrio, like, he's right there with Kingpin.
Yeah,
So,
he's really like that.
Yeah.
What up, Mama Bear? She said hi, boys.
Hello.
What's up, guys? I think we hit everything we want to talk about today.
Oh no, we didn't talk about What If.
What if?
Talk about What If.
Man, I'm tired of What If.
What if
man.
you actually watched it?
Throw that
What
show
if?
away.
Bro,
Like, it was cool
okay.
it was cool for like a season and a half, and then it's just like, all right, you guys are doing way too much. And it's like,
cool. It was
They
cool. It
lost
was
me
playing in the
second
background while I was doing other stuff.
dude, like the stuff that they're doing with like Peggy Carter, bro, like Captain Carter. I'm tired of it.
Well,
like,
they killed the Captain Carter character.
about time. But she's coming back. She's
Spoiler.
coming back in. Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
You know,
Secret
Secret Wars.
Yep.
Multiverse.
Man, they're gonna cash in. Man, shout to Haley Atwell. She does good. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're gonna run. Yeah, she's fine. She's fine. Haley Atwell fine. I give it to her. Okay, wielding the shield. All right, cool. But like, it's like they take all these little things that fans probably like love to see. So, for example, seeing Captain Carter on, the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and it's like, oh my gosh, and it's like, oh, you like that? We'll give you more. Let's give you more. Yeah, we'll do something weird around it.
But I
throw it away, bro.
I'm so glad you brought that up because Captain Carter's coming out, but you know that there was another announcement with the casting for Secret Wars that everybody's talking about, and that is Chris Evans.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about that.
We have talked about it. You weren't here last week. He just wasn't here.
You're negative points already.
Negative points. But yeah, I mean, I think that if you kind of got to think about the story and the plot. If Captain Carter's gonna be in and Chris Evans is in it, are we gonna get like a Hydra Chris Evans?
That's what we're getting. We talked about it last week. But what I'm thinking is, I talked about it, and I continued by saying, not only is he going to be Hydra Chris Evans or Captain America, it's going to be a movie where Doctor Doom is recruiting all these like crazy evil people from different universes to go up against the Avengers. So it's like the OG Avengers, like. Like the good, like he's gonna make like the evil Avengers. So it's gonna be like Robert Downey's Doctor Doom, Chris Evans is Hydra Cap, and a couple other people to like round up his version of his multiverse, like evil Avengers going up against another team.
Black Widow.
And I think Scarlett Johansson comes back as like an evil version of Black Widow or something like that.
Falcon's gonna be Condor or something crazy.
Yeah, something crazy. They're going to do something like that, and that's going to be pretty cool because it's going to turn like the MCU on its head a little bit, where the people that you love from the first from the other four Avengers films are now all bad guys, and they're going against this new Avengers team with Sam Wilson's Cap, Spider-Man, and you name it, Yelena Belova.
Yeah,
they gave Voltron love in the first episode of what?
That's what I was gonna say, yo. Y'all were hating on it.
They got a check from Amazon or something, trying to get.
I thought that was. Trying to keep I'm not mad at like what they were doing. It's just the way they executed it, where like David Banner like OD'd on gamma radiation, and now he's like breeding other Hulks off of him. Like, I'm like, what the.
Yeah, the breeding of the other Hulks.
The breeding of the other Hulks threw me off. It was like Gremlin stuff. Like
it was like Gremlin meets Power Rangers meets Voltron.
Yeah, I'm like, dog, really get this out of here.
Nah, to be honest with you, dog, I took the opposite. I thought it was kind of interesting. I never would have thought about a Voltron Avengers. Like, I thought it was cool.
See?
I thought
it was way too cheesy Power Rangers for me.
It was
and then the Howard the Duck episode.
No, that was the worst one. The Howard the Duck episode. Oh my God. Like, yo, and it felt like it was like an hour long. Like, bro, why is it so long? Why are we so focused on Howard the Duck? Howard the Duck and Darcy. Yeah, and then it kept calling, Miss the Duck. And then she like gives birth to an egg. Like, and then the parent. Her daughter, which is called Birdie, is a brand new character that they made for the show. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like this super high level OP mastermind, and like, I'm like, yo, get this thing off the TV, bro. Like, this is trash.
They brought her back at the end, the Birdie.
Yeah, then they brought the Birdie back. I'm like, man,
long live the Birdie, bro.
I was like, nah, that was whack, dude. That was whack. That's Fraggle Rock. That's Fraggle Rock-ish. Like, that's way too. That was whack.
And I'm sorry, Darcy's voice is very annoying too throughout the entire episode. Oh my God, I wanted to scratch my ears off. Yeah, it is the same actor. I wanted to scratch my ears off.
They give us Storm with the hammer and just no episode on Storm with the hammer. Just Storm with the hammer. We don't get an explanation. It was whack.
And it's done. It's over with. So thank God.
Good. Well, hold on. The Storm with the hammer thing is, I took it as like, oh, the God of Thunder. If Thor got the hammer, then like what happened to Thor? Like, I was thinking about that, but I don't know. See, like, I get interested. They do little things to get me interested. I'm like, so how did she get the hammer? You know, like, that's what I was thinking about it. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but show
and
us an episode
they're
where
gonna
she's
they're gonna
Disney
touch
Plus-
on that next season, dog.
Disney Plus
Have
is
you
glad you're
There's no new season after this. It's done.
for real?
this.
Yeah, they
That's
shut
it.
it down.
Yeah,
It's a
they
wrap.
shut it down.
They
Yep.
canceled it because it
Disney
was
Plus is
trash.
happy for you though, for your patrons.
Yeah,
Okay.
that shit is trash. Excuse my language.
It wasn't the
That
best.
show was trash.
Some things were. It was entertaining. At least
The
entertaining
only
to
good thing
watch.
about it was that it's animated and it was short and you could watch it in the background.
Yep, that's
That's
exactly what I did.
literally
Maybe
why
that's why
I had it. I had it in the background.
Yo, y'all were hating on the Voltron episode. That was dope.
Yeah, I was.
I liked it.
I was hating on it.
No.
Sometimes you gotta hate on something, dude. You gotta be honest with yourself. Like, yeah.
I'd rather them form like a Voltron and maybe go up against Galactus or something like that. Like, I don't want to see all that.
Or just Hulk. Or just Hulk got so powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
they had to make a. They had to make a
Yeah.
suit like another. You
Yeah.
know, Hulk.
Hulk
Another.
Buster.
Kaiju Hulk was crazy. I'll say
Nah, that was OD. That was OD.
I didn't know who was in the suit. I was like, who are these people? Okay, that's Shang-Chi. That's, I was trying to figure out who was in the suit. Okay, that's Photon. It was whack. It was whack.
All right, guys. I think we talked about everything we need to talk about today. As always, follow Geek Culture Congress podcast on Instagram. Give us a follow over there. You are watching this on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. Thank you so much. We are the live home of the Geek Culture Congress podcast. Come join us every Tuesday Eastern Standard Time, and be part of the conversation. Give us a comment, and
Hold on, you said every Tuesday Eastern Standard Time. You didn't even give them the time.
8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Thank you.
When you
I'm
turn your
gonna
computer
put you at the
on,
end of the
you
month and
log
count the
in.
points. Okay, Rich?
Oh, I made some really cool pickups. Big shout out to Emerald City Comics. I went and picked up because Fantastic Four is getting ready to come out. I had to get the Ultimate Guide hardcover
nice.
book, so it's really cool. I get to brush up on some Fantastic Four knowledge, and then I picked up. My bad. I picked up these comics. I was telling Speedy about it, but I guess like DC issued these giant ass books. But yo, this is like a cool like Batman. It's like all shiny and stuff, and it's got all the old like the OG stuff in the like even the puzzles. Like it's really dope. And
Don't bend it.
Don't bend it.
I'm not bending it. And then they got the Superman versus Muhammad Ali giant
that's
comic.
dope. I like that.
That's just cool.
Yeah.
And Speedy
let me
got a
show you
Robotech
my-
jacket.
My purchase, guys. Look at my Robotech jacket. Yeah.
Let me see.
Good on you,
Oh
dog.
wow,
I'm happy for you.
that's kind of dope. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, you could wear it for the 1 week in Florida that you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Robotech comes out in 2032, you
Oh.
gonna
Look at the zipper.
Big yo, that's dope. Big shout out to Target. Yo, I just went to Target because my kid just is obsessed with getting toys like every time we go. And I got obsessed with buying a toy because they brought these out, the Batman Forever joints.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
So the
snap.
Two-Face,
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah. I got Two-Face and then I got Riddler.
Hey.
That's what's up.
That was really cool. I had to get it. I was like, man. When
Very
I saw
good
that they were
Riddler,
gonna,
by the way. Jim Carrey was a very good Riddler.
I thought it was solid. I liked it.
Yeah.
He always puts himself in everything. I mean, he
he
holds all out and everything. Rich, let everyone know on the audio podcast how they can follow you, sir.
Richie_Ortiz on Instagram, Twitter, or X, or blackpeoplemeet.com. Christian Mingle,
Mi gente.
Tarek,
myspace.com.
Tarek, let them know.
The Tarek Lewis at Instagram and also on YouTube.
And Mr. Joey Franchise.
My personal page at Joey Franchise. Follow everything nerd like what we talk about here at Franchise on Film.
Right. And of course, you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR. All the socials. Make sure you go subscribe to the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. Go follow me over there. Do some unique content over there. And also, we're the live home of the Geek Culture Congress podcast. You could be part of the show and comment and tell us what you feel about all the stuff in pop culture, geek pop culture. Mr. Rich Ortiz.
Also, congratulations to Zendaya and Tom Holland on getting engaged.
Oh wow, yes. Our Peter and Mary Jane are getting married.
Right.
Yes.
Shout out to the
Congratulations.
Short Kings. Short Kings locking down the battle.
I got this. Climb the ladder, baby. That's it.
Yeah.
Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. We'll see you next week. We'll be talking about that Creature Commandos,
Hell yeah.
Skeleton Crew finale, and whatever else happens. Something always happens. See you guys. Have a good one. Be safe.
Peace.